Hi to all again. We are ready to start our webinar, and today we are talking about iRidium for Crestron. What is iRidium? What is iRidium Pro product? It's a new product based on iRidium 3.0 platform. And now with the new iRidium Pro, you are able to control really many different automation systems, and you are able to create unique visualization for these systems. Of course, you are able to create unique graphic interface for Crestron equipment. It could be complicated to create really difficult visual interface using the standard methods, but iRidium makes you able to use specified tools that has been created for complicated visualization, animation, and simplified creating of graphic elements that could be set it up as you wish, with any style, with any images, borders, text, fonts, and so on. iRidium supports Arabic text, for texts from right to left, and any symbols you want to display on control panel. iRidium are able to control not only Crestron automation system, but the other systems. So without integration of hardware, you can integrate different systems with the single application. iRidium are able to control different audio-video equipment via IR, via RS-232, and directly via IP. And in the new licensing system, it is for free. You don't have to pay an additional money for AV license. It is included for free in Crestron license. And if you didn't see our new pricing for Crestron and other products, you can open our website price tab and see it is very cheap product for complicated graphics and control of many different automation systems. It is really cool possibilities with the new iRidium Pro. iRidium is a multi-platform application. It supports an application for iOS, Android, Windows, and you will be able to install iRidium application to Linux and Mac also. Why you may need iRidium Pro if you are using Crestron? It is free testing for any registered integrators. You don't have to download trial licenses, you just have to authorize in iRidium application. It is called i3 Pro, and then you will be able to test any iRidium drivers with the full functionality for free. For your customers, it is 60 days of free work on the object. You can use the trial period on the object to install iRidium to any number of control panels, and it will work with fully functional mode for 60 days. And then you may buy the license or continue the testing. And of course, you can test your projects locally with iRidium transfer application when you download in the project from PC to control panel directly with local network. And with the cloud, when you download in project from our website to any control panels, and so you don't need to go to the object to update the projects. As I said, you will be able to update project via iRidium Cloud. Projects stored on the iRidium mobile website, and your customers are able to download the project from there. Online licensing system makes you able to update the license directly on the website, and then customer just synchronizing with website and he got the license. We have a special smart home demo interface for demonstration the possibilities of iRidium platform, iRidium visualization to your customers, to end users. It looks like a project on PC and project on the tablet. You control some some possibilities of smart home on tablet. For example, you switch on light, control temperature, and you see it is changing on PC with smart graphic, with good animation and so on. So your customer could understand how it works and how it may look like. The components of iRidium Pro is iRidium Studio. It is the same as iRidium GUI editor, but it also makes you able to create iRidium server projects. It's a project for the new iRidium product, iRidium Server. We'll not speak about iRidium Server today, but you can see the special webinar on YouTube. In iRidium Studio, you are creating the visual interfaces. It's like a Photoshop for your smart home. In i3 Pro application, you are launching the ready visualization. When it is ready on PC, when you tested it on PC, you can start your visual project, visual interface on iPad, iPhone, or Android tablet, Android smartphone, and soon you will be able to start it with Linux and Mac OS. With iRidium Cloud, you are uploading license and you are able to control projects and users from iRidium mobile website. With iRidium Transfer application, you are able to download the visual interface from PC to tablet or smartphone directly with the local network without website. It is faster than download each changes of project from the website, so you are able to control, you're able to download the projects locally without any issues, without any problems. Then a few words about iRidium Server. It makes you able to show the graphics in iRidium client application. It makes you able to make some logic 24/7 scenes and store the database of events that was happen in your automation system. If you wish, you can see the pricing and main terms of iRidium Server in the separated webinar on YouTube. The new licensing system makes you able to create visualization that will be cheaper than it was before. We have 5 tariffs, 5 licenses for control panels that makes you able to buy 1, 5, 10, 25 or unlimited number of control panels for your smart home. You can choose the tariff, you can choose the license, and if it is needed, you can upgrade, you can update the license in any time without any problems. Now we'll start with the main practices. I'll show you how to create the simple project for Crestron in iRidium Studio. It is opened now. Do you see it? Fine. Are you ready to see the new import, graphic creation, and so on? Okay, I'll just start. So we are creating the new visual interface. It consists of the empty page, and the first step is importing of joins from SMW project from your Crestron project. I'm choosing some of projects, and here you see the structure of your Crestron project. There is really many different joins that you don't need to control from visual interface from your mobile device. So you have to choose the joins that really could be controlled from mobile device. Because of this, I am selecting X panel from the Crestron tree. X panel includes all the joins that could be controlled from mobile devices. Based on these joins, the tree of Crestron driver will be created in iRidium. press OK, and now in Project Device Panel you can see the new Crestron driver. You can see command joins and feedback joins. Command joins is joins that you can control where you can write value. Feedback joins is a joins from where you can receive some data, receive some value. For example, let's open some demonstrating image. Please give me a few seconds. I'll try to find it. Some sample of joins from Crestron and how it look in iRidium. Just a few seconds. Okay, here it is. On this shim, you can see Xpanel logic module. At the right side, you can see the list of commands. It will be situated in commands join field. At the left side, you can see feedback joins. In iRidium, they will be situated in feedbacks field. Generally, you can receive the data from command join. It is possible, it is technically possible to receive join situated at the right side. But you have to do it only if it is needed, because you have some logics that make relations between command and some feedback between right side and the left side. So just import Xpanel from SMW project and you will see the list of joins that you can control. The next is about graphics. You don't see any graphics when you create the empty project, so for the beginning you can choose some ready page, some ready pop-up. Editing your project from gallery. You see the gallery here at the left side of iRidium Studio. We can set the pop-up at the needed position, and you can see some list of ready-made buttons, ready-made items. For example, this level item makes you able to control an analog join from 0 to 100. This button makes you able to switch an analog join from 0 to 100. It is switches join on each press, so you just have to drag and drop channel to the graphic items. The most part of operations with joins can be made with drag and drop. So we have made a relation between join and control item, and the digital join we have related with simple button, trigger button, and then if you have a connection to PLC, to your Crestron controller, you can test how it works, how to control this variable. Please don't forget to add the IP address of your PLC in the driver settings, in Crestron settings. Then the port of control. You don't have to remember the control parameters. Just open the documentation and copy the host port, telnet port, and telnet parameters if it is needed. The very important parameter is IP ID. You have to copy this IP ID from Crestron project. You set it up for Xpanel. You set it as a hex value, for example 0, 3, but in iRidium it is a DEC value, decimal. So you have to add just 3. If in Crestron it was 0D, 0D, in iRidium it will be 13. If it was 0A, for example, in iRidium it will be 10. Just open the converter from hex to decimal values. Then you don't need to add something else, it just works. But you may ask, what about float values? When you are receiving the data in analog join, it could be float values that you have to show as a float, but it is not float really, so we just have to convert it on an item. In Crestron, you can simply do it with some item template, but in iRidium we don't have some templates, such templates. Because of this, please download the materials. The link you can see in Questions tab. In these materials you can see the project called Crestron float values. Here you can see the method of converting values from integer to float. It is made on script, it is based on script, but you don't have to know JavaScript to use these methods. You just have to copy these strings of converting description, like I'm doing now. Please see. And as a result, you are receiving the tool for converting of Crestron values. Here is the name of Crestron driver from device panel. Here it is. Then you have to type name of Crestron join, feedback join you want to convert from integer to float. Then you have to add full number of signs in the value that will be received as analog join. For example, if it is 4 signs, before comma and after comma you have to say 4 signs. Then you have to add the number of signs after comma. Then you have to add the name of item where you want to display the new value of join, of your float join. And if you want to display some signs, some text after the number, for example, %, degrees of Celsius, or some other text, it could be really any text. You have to add it as the last parameter of converter, of this converting string. So, for example, I'm adding %. Unfortunately, I cannot show you how it looks in real life because we don't have a working Crestron controller in our office, but I can show how it could be if we have a real controller. For example, if I'm receiving the value 22 from Crestron as analog value, after converting it will look like 2.2. We didn't add any signs after this value, so there will not be anything, just the value. If received, the value consists of 4 signs. It will be displayed like 22, 33, and %, like we showed in this script. I have an idea like how to show you how it looks in real life. For example, I can add Modbus driver. I have a simulator of Modbus PLC. It just will be the same if we use Modbus or Crestron or other driver. This function, this converting function, is absolutely universal. You can convert with it any analog value to float value. So we are adding driver, Modbus driver, from the database. I'll add the faked joins in this driver just to show you how it looks. make some copy of these joins and make the feedbacks based on these comments. So we are ready. Now I'll start the simulator of Modbus PLC to get some real values. And let's start the visual project. Okay, at start you see 0 values in all the fields because we didn't add any real values there. I'll drag the real values received from Modbus PLC at the basic items upstairs and start the emulator again to show you the difference between input value and real value. At PLC simulator, I am adding some analog value, and at the bottom you can see how it is changed by the script, by the ready-made script. Crestron join 2. You can see the ready-made scripts converting values. I made some error in item names. Item 5, item 8. Item 5, item 8. Start it again. I'll save it with a new name. Okay. Let's stop with sending file time with this sample. I just want to copy it in the text editor to show you the comments. So, in any moment when you want to use the script to convert in data, you can see how it works, where to get the first value, the full number of signs in the analog value. And here is, you can see the next value, the signs after comma that you have to set. If you don't need the signs after comma, just set 0. This part of ready-made functions shouldn't be changed. Only if you understand what happens there, you can modify it. For example, you can add an additional text before each value. Because of JavaScript, it could be modified very complicated way. You can change it as you wish, as you need in this project, in the project you are making right now. So the next step, we have made a simple graphics based on the gallery. We can add here our converting function, one of them, and it will work the same as in previous project. We just have to change the display items, the name of display items. For example, in this situation, it will be page audio and items 5 and items 7. So you have to convert the name of page and the name of items. If the name of joins in your project is not the same as we have in sample, for example A1 like here, you have to change it to, you have only one analog value in this situation, so we set it. For example, I'm receiving a number of 4 signs and 2 of them is after the dot, after the comma. So the function will look like this. Without real communication with Crestron, it will not look so good, unfortunately. I just can add the sample driver as in the previous sample. We are working with item 7. Here it is. I'll try to make it bigger. So let's try to start it. I didn't show the pop-up on the start page. Here you can see in the register we can see value 111. At the control item you can see 1.11 and %sign. I'm changing the value on the PLC and you see how it is changing in iRidium. It is really not difficult to copy this function and see the real value in iRidium. The other items is also working. It could make some actions in your own project. The full project could be created in the style of your automation system. For example, let's fix the background just to make sure that it looks fine. It is better now. At start you can see the current status of the register that we are changing with the float converter. You can see it changes. Okay, looks great. So let's continue with complicated graphics. I want to show you how to create an item, a graphic item, that consists of 100 states. It will be animated. So it is not easy to create with another methods. I am adding the folder in iRidium Gallery, animation folder. And now I'm able to import the folder with a list of some images. This list of images will be imported like a ready-made animated item, like a GIF animation, like a list of separated images that will be played in application and client, and it will look like an animation. I'll show how it looks in folder, how animated item looks in folder. It's just a folder with images. But when we import this folder in iRidium, you can see the question, do you want to create multi-state object? Yes, I want to create multi-state object. and I see this object in gallery, and I can simply add it in my new user interface. This item consists of 60 states, and it could be controlled like a multi-state level that controls some variable from 0 to 60 or from 0 to 112, 20. Just set it from 0 to 100, for example. It does not depend on the number of states, but each state will be demonstrated where it is needed. For example, let's start our project and see how such animated item looks like. It is not possible to make some item without animation, because it is really difficult. Let's import another item from the gallery. It is multi-state level. Let's add it in the graphic interface. This level consists of 100 states. It is a vertical item that I want to control with mouse and touch. I can control transparency of this item, and it consists of 100 of different states. When this item receives some value from controls from automation system, from Crestron controller, it shows the state that is the same as the value received. Starting the project, and you see when I'm moving the mouse, you see the animated item changes the states. With this effect, you can create animation of logo, animation of pushing on button, and many different things. On our YouTube channel, you can see the videos demonstrating of work with complicated graphics. Some items could be made of 700 states, 1000 states, and more and more and more, and you can situate such items on each page of your visual interface, and it will work fast on any device, on iPad 3, iPad Air, or good Android tablets. But if we are talking about the simple interfaces with 100 states and something like this, it will work just on any visualization panel. iPad, iPhone, iPod Touch, or Android devices. For example, if you're just starting with iRidium visualization, I recommend you to go to our website, iridiummobile.net. Here it is. Open Download section in Support. And here you can see the list of ready-made graphics. Some of them is for free, some of them is not. But if you are a beginner, please take a look at iOS style. You can download this ready project, open it in GUI editor, and you will see it is easy for changing, it is easy for understanding, and it is easy to start with it your visualization creating. For example, now I'm opening the downloaded project. It is iOS style for smartphone. From the beginning, you see the list of rooms in your visualization project. You just have to rename the room to make your own floors, to make your own zones. When you open the Rooms tab, you can consists of separated blocks of control items. All of these items will be displayed in the list static list item situated in room 1. It's a main page of each room that will show all the parts, all the control items in this room. If you want to add one more room, just press clone button, clone page button or clone folder button in project overview. Now you see all the folder has been cloned. You just have to rename the pop-ups as you wish, and you have to say which pop-ups you want to display in this new room. And then when you start the emulator, you will see the room opens when you press the button. You see the scenarios, control of lights with level items, with color pickers, control of conditions. Here you can see this items is not active. It is because it's a ready-made project. It is ready for integrator, ready for integration with the real Crestron joins or with the other automation system. So you just have to drag and drop the commands, the joins to this item to make them work. Then you can see blinds and shades, music, TV, and additional pop-ups. And in each room you can see their own list of control items. You just have to say in the Rooms tab which room should be opened when you press this button. Here it is. I'm choosing the room that will be opened when I press this button. Bedroom button, kids button. In bedroom I'm opening room 1, in kids I'm opening room 2, and so on and so on. You just have to rename and clone the folder with control items. You can also add and edit group actions. It's pages that make you able to control all the lights from one page. For example, turn off the lights in all the home from one page. Control all the audio-video equipment. Open the IP cameras. IP cameras are also available in iRidium, and now it is for free. You don't have to pay an additional money for IP cameras, SIP intercom, and audio-video equipment if you have bought Crestron license. You can see here's a group operations, for example, control of lights, control of cameras. Just try to look at some camera. It's a real-time camera from Europe. Not sure where it is. Sweden maybe. But it could be your own camera, the camera of your door phone or camera in the room. You can find the same project for iPads and Android tablets. The projects for smartphones and tablets are not the same. It is completely different. So you have to remember, if you want to create a visualization for smart homes and tablets or PCs, you have to remember it is different visualization. It has different because of different sizes of control panels, different system of navigation that could be available there. Now we can see the same list of rooms, group actions, list of cameras, but it is much bigger project and it takes more place, and the structure of the project in iRidium Studio are different. For example, background page, you just don't need it. You have to see this page, the list of rooms, rename each rooms and say which pages should be opened in each room. In the Rooms tab you can see two sample rooms. They consist of left side and right side control items and information tab that makes you also able to open some additional pages with audio, TV, radio and other things. As you see, the emulator starts fast enough, but it is saving the project on the real panel. It will take about a few seconds. Now you see, when I'm opening the room, it consists of left side, information side, and right side control objects. If I press on the button on the left side, an additional page opens. These additional pages situated in the subfolder in the room. You can edit the list of these subpages. For example, on one of them you can set the IP camera instead of FM. For example, like this. Here will be an IP camera when you start the application. The IP camera I can drag to the item from Project Gallery Dynamic Images. Then, if you want to create another room, you can make the same, just clone the folder with room, change the image. The image you can get from the list of ready-made images, like this, or you can download your own images, your own styles, your own photos from the PC. If you don't have any additional pages in the room, just delete the buttons. In activities, you can add more control items or remove the items that you don't need. And then you have to drag and drop the list of, you have to drag and drop joins you want to control with these items. The same situation, we are importing join related with xpanel, and then you will be able to see the status of the joins and control the status of the joins with these simple graphic items. The main properties of the graphic items can be set up in the General tab of Object Properties. If you don't need the scenarios, you can just remove the scenarios, and please don't forget to add the name of your new room in the settings of button that opens the page. It should be made in Programming tab. Each room consists of two parts: activities and devices. When we start the emulator, you will be able to see how it works. It is ready. At the left side you see activities, at the right side you see controls. With the back button you can go back to the main page. If it is not enough buttons on the main page, please take a look at static list item. It makes you able to scroll the list of pop-ups, the list of items on the page, so you can see the big list of rooms, zones, activities on one page. So this is all about the main practices related with Crestron visualization in iRidium Pro. Just a few words about opening pop-ups by some event. In iRidium, it could be made with JS also, with JavaScript also, but it is easier than the floats. You just have to create some notification pop-up. It's a window pop-up. And then you have to copy in your own project the specified script. It's called open pop-up at change. Here you can set the name of pop-up that should be opened by some event, the name of Crestron join that is changes when some event happens, and the value of join that is the value of event, because not each changing of join means something wrong. For example, if temperature less than 70 Fahrenheit, it is not a problem, for example. But if it is bigger, you have to show the pop-up that let you know that we have a problem with temperature. So you just add in the value of problem. And it is all when your join changes, pop-up will be showed each time when it changes to the problem value, to the value of event. And the last sample is if you are receiving from Crestron images in serial join. It is possible to receive some images, some mobile information, mobile data, like titles of music, titles of songs, like in images. You are able to display such images on the items. Generally, it can be made just without script, but we have to check that controller sent us the image and we received the image right way, because it is not always will be received correctly. So we are adding some simple script that is checking the image, and now we say if I received some data from name of join, it's a join name, you have to display the received image on some specified item. See the name of page 1, see the name of item in General tab, add the name of page and item in JS settings, and the image from Crestron will be displayed on this item. That's all you need to display the image from Crestron. So it is all about the main points of working with iRidium for Crestron. If you have any questions, please contact us via support@iridiummobile.ru. Thank you for your attention. See you soon on the next webinars, and have a nice day.